Welcome to Frido. So just begin to relax, and we're going to begin with a small meditation followed by the Journey of Frido poem. So just begin to relax yourself and get settled. And if you need to move or adjust yourself at any time, feel free. And I just invite you to close your eyes and begin to observe your body sensations, your breathing, and any thoughts that may or may not come into the mind. Just gently scan through your body from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Simply observing, noticing any feelings, any sensations that may arise in any one of your body organs or parts of your body. Notice if there's any tension or any relaxation. And as you continue to breathe, you can now expand your awareness out into the room or the space that you're in. Just noticing the temperature of the air on your skin and any sounds around. Just continuing to breathe comfortably as your awareness expands out into the town that you live in or your surrounding area. Just observing how that feels. As your attention expands further still out into the world, into the whole world. Noticing the atmosphere, the feelings in the world, with all its people, animals, plants, different races and religions, different age groups, physical abilities, different cultures. Just noticing and observing the world. Maybe your attention goes to one particular country or culture. Or perhaps nothing, just a feeling. And as you continue to breathe comfortably, expand your awareness now out into the universe. The infinite universe of ever-ending space. Just notice the atmosphere, the energy of the universe. And you can just float around for a while. You can float around the universe as long as you want. Notice how that feels. Maybe you'll go somewhere, or maybe you'll stay in one place. And when you're ready, in your own time, you can gently begin your journey back into the world, back into the town, back into your space, and finally returning back into your body. once again noticing your breathing, noticing any thoughts, and noticing any body sensations. And while you're in this particular state, I'm going to read out the Friedo Journey. It's a poem, The Journey of Friedo. Something stirs from deep inside. It twists and turns 1,000 times. It pulls and stretches into shape. A figure shows and moves around. A hand supports it from below until it feels and begins to grow. Building blocks are put in place until the figure is nice and safe. The figure starts to create its own, from light and darkness, vibrating tone. Birth and death begin to rise. The figure splits to compromise. The figure then creates some space. Now life and death begin their race, until the space has found a way to stabilize and have its say. Space creates a home for all, the separation of large and small, of water, fire, earth and air, weight and lightness, cold and brightness, pain and sorrow, love and joy. Out of this space comes girl and boy. The figure has journeyed through time and space, feeling as though it has won the race, looking around only to find a universe of an amazing kind. The training's been tough, it's been testing and rough. The figure is ready, it's complete and steady. Back to the source, the figure must run, for now the journey has just begun. Hey there, welcome to Friedo, Game of Life, and we're going to be working with this card today, Conscious. So you can see on the card, it's the blue chakra, the throat chakra. It's about communication, it's about action. So not just communication to our words, but also to our physical body. It's all about action, making an effort. You can see this character is stretching himself or herself. This is you, stretching yourself to create something, to expand into something. And this hand is your soul hand, your soul fist, supporting you with strength. So if you want to close your eyes, we're going to do the reading. So just relax, eyes shut, have a nice couple of breaths, and just you can listen to the reading. So you've chosen a word already for this journey. So this word is your symbol. That's what I call it. Your word is your symbol. Whether that's love, money, health, wealth, joy, depression, phobia, whatever it is, a person's name, relationship. So you're going to be working with that word today, with that symbol. So this card that we're working with today, this is all about feeling motivated and making an effort going out of our comfort zone, feeling safe and supported to do so, with feelings of trust. We live in a world of structure and order. To build something, we need to stretch ourselves and push something into our physical reality. To build muscles and stamina, we must increase our physical challenges. To create new ideas, we must break boundaries, stretch out of your comfort zone, knowing and trusting in yourself as you leave what you know to step into a world of possibilities. I expand into my new reality. Make sure you feel safe in your situation before pushing yourself out of your limiting belief. Never overstretch. Gently, little by little, edge a bit further in the direction you want to go. So with paper and pen in hand, at the top of your paper you can write the word, that's your symbol that you're going to work with today. And I want you to write down 3 objects around you. Have a look around you. I want you to write 3 objects. And those objects are representing your word, your symbol. So if you've chosen love or money or joy or sadness or whatever, career, have a look around and choose 3 objects that can represent that word for you. Okay? If you're not sure, just pick 3 random objects. But you might think, okay, that really represents my word. I can understand why I've chosen that. But if you can't understand why, just choose them randomly. It works just as well both ways. Now once you've got your 3 objects, leave them where they are, just wherever they are, whether it's a tree or a table or a television. And I want you to pick the first object and move as close as you can to it. You might be able to get very close, or you might be able to not get so close. So just move physically as close as you can to the object and observe the object. So what's its colour? Just observe it to begin with, its shape, its size, its texture, its weight. Describe what it looks like, what it is, what it feels like. And once you've done that, figure out what's the purpose of the object. If it's a television, maybe it's to entertain people, to educate people. If it's a plant, maybe it's to grow. The purpose of a plant is to grow, maybe grow fruits or flowers. So what's the purpose of your object? Then how can you relate your object to your symbol? So I might have chosen money, and I might have chosen television. And how can I connect that television to my money? Or maybe, well, first of all, television costs money, so I can understand that it costs money. It costs money if it breaks down to repair. It can also make money. It can have programs on there which make money. Films make a lot of money. Could be an educational program about understanding money. So my television to entertain me. So maybe people entertain others for money as a job. Lots of people entertain for jobs. So have a think about it. How can you relate your object to your symbol? Now once you've done that, you can move to the next object, the second object that you've chosen, and do exactly the same again. Describe its colour, have a look at it first of all. Is it heavy, is it light, what colour is it? what's its shape and size, followed by, figuring out what's its purpose, what does it do, what does it actually do, and finally how you can relate that object to your symbol, your word. And when you've done that, you finally do the last object you would go to, and do the same again. Describe it, and what's its purpose, and how can you relate it to your symbol. And once you've done that, we're going to move on to the activation. So if you need to stop the video and take your time with that, that's fine. Now we're going to do the Frito body activation. I call this conscious challenge because it's about challenging ourselves. This is about challenging ourselves to break boundaries, to break out of our old way of thinking, of acting, of being. So when we're going to do this activation, I want you to act as your symbol. So if you're money, just act as money. Just pretend. If you had to act like money, what would you be like? So start kind of feeling, how would you feel? How would you look? If you were love, how would it feel like to be love? Or depression? Or happiness? Or addiction? Or another person? Whatever your symbol is, your word. So start like pretending, feeling that you're that symbol, and give yourself some slightly challenging actions to carry out. Maybe to jump up in the air a little bit higher than normal, or do some push-ups. You wouldn't maybe we had to do one, try and do one. If you can normally do 10, do 15. So give yourself slightly challenging actions to carry out, like phoning someone up and telling them you love them. Maybe phone up one of your family or friend members, and it might be a little bit challenging for you to do. Say something to them that feels a bit challenging. Or maybe you might go the other way and actually confront somebody. Say, hey, I don't think you were fair doing that. And maybe that's something you find a bit challenging. So it's all about practicing. Cooking something different, making something different, doing something you haven't done before. Could be anything at all. Could be going for a walk and just walking faster, faster than you normally would, pushing yourself a bit, doing some kind of physical challenge. Singing quite loudly, much louder than you would normally. So it doesn't have to be crazy, but just more than normal. To stretch, like if you do an exercise like yoga or anything like this, you stretch yourself to a point where you feel okay, but you're stretching yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, and then you hold it there, and you kind of start getting used to that. But it's only when we stretch out of our comfort zone we start to expand, and the more we do that, that becomes our new natural state. Just like in yoga, doing a stretch. At the beginning, I might be able to stretch my hand like this, and then I do it a little bit more, and then every day I practice going a little bit out of my comfort zone, not over pushing myself, and eventually I'll be able to stretch nice and comfortably all the way down there. So that's the activation for conscious expansion. And then finally, we're gonna finish off. We're gonna complete with a mini ritual. We do the full rituals on our webinars and also on the videos. So if you like the ritual that we're going to do, you can do a whole 45-minute ritual with us. And we also do them live on webinars and in groups where I'll guide you through them. They're really nice. So we're going to do like a mini ritual now, just to bring it all together. And we're going to do something called conscious stretching. So begin to stretch parts of your body. So you might start off with your neck. So you give it a little stretch. You find a little stretch where you feel, oh, that's a little bit of pain there. Not too much. And then you hold it. And then when it feels more comfortable, you can stretch a bit further. And again, just a little bit out of your comfort zone. And you can hold it in that new stretch. And when that becomes more comfortable, you know, when the no pain there and it feels comfortable, you can stretch a bit further still. And then you can either continue doing that, or you can come out of that stretch and go into another stretch. So I might stretch my arms back until I find a little bit of pain, a little bit of discomfort. And just allow yourself to be in that stretch, just being there, feeling it. And when it does become a bit more comfortable, you can stretch a bit more. If it doesn't, you can just hold that stretch for longer until it becomes more comfortable, or until you want to decide to change your stretch and come out of it. And then I'm feeling more comfortable and I'll stretch even further. Oh, there we are, I found a little bit of pain. So I'm kind of looking for a little bit of pain each time. That's when I know I'm not in my comfort zone. I'm showing the body, I'm teaching the body to be able to be comfortable when it's out of its comfort zone. Because that's the only way we're going to grow in life, is to be comfortable in when we're out of our comfort zone. And then we can come out and try another stretch. That's really, really powerful stretching. It doesn't even have to be that crazy, the stretching. You know, you can make up your own stretches. You can contort your body until you find some pain, because that's what we're looking for. If we find a bit of pain somewhere, we know that part of the body stretching where the pain is. So I might contort my body, twist my back, so I can find a little bit of discomfort. I can feel the stretch. And as it becomes more comfortable, I'm going to go a bit more. I might use my arms to stretch myself, to push my back out. I still can't find any pain, so I'm going to wiggle around. And then I can find a little bit of discomfort in the back of my shoulder blade. I hold it there until it relaxes. And I continue, or I come out of it and find a new stretch. So you can get really creative with the stretching. There's no rules. Just find some pain. Twist your body, stretch it, pull it, push it. Yeah, wherever, to find that little bit of discomfort, that stretch, that little bit of pain. And you can do that as long as you want. So we do these rituals. We do 45-minute rituals on Frido. You can access the videos yourself online, or you can come onto our webinars. They're really lovely, and do it live with me together. So now, once you've done that, I want you to think about what you've learnt in this journey. Anything you've learnt, just think about one thing. What's the kind of the most important thing you feel like you've learnt? What can you take away from this journey today? And write that down. And once you've written that down, condense the sentence. If it's a long sentence, make it very, very, very short. So make it really short. Summarize the sentence in 3 or 4 words. So that can be a challenge as well to do. Very important. Make it short and concise. You don't need too many messages. You only want one message in that sentence. And once you've done that, you're going to challenge yourself a bit more. You're going to change that into an affirmation. Like, reword it so that you've actually learnt it. You've actually done it. You know, I am this. I am that. I'm living in this way. So an affirmation would be, when you read it out, it's like you're already doing it. It's not something you may do or you think you could do. It's you're actually doing it. And that's what you're telling me in the affirmation. You know, I am stretching. You know, I am growing. You know, entertainment is making me money. You know, make it like you're doing it. And once you've done that, I want you to have a think about the practice. So have a little think about the practice and the demonstration. How you're going to demonstrate your learning. So how are you going to demonstrate your learning? Something you can go and do. So an action you can go and do. And that's very, very important. And finally, give yourself a little percentage of how much of a master you think you are of your word now. So are you a master? Give yourself 100% or 50%, you decide. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that journey, and remember, keep living the dream.